How's it going, viewers? Mr. Incredi-Brony's back and he's roll the punches, baby. Welcome to a tier list. Now, I have not done one. I have not done one of these in a long time, and let me just make this perfectly clear right now. I'm not doing any reactions today. Two reasons. One, I'm quite busy this evening in like the next hour or two, and also number two. I was feeling lazy today. I mean, it is Monday, so like that is usually the laziest day of the week, people say, and it's true because I just needed a little time off to myself. You know, after yesterday with all those lovely reactions, I wanted a little rest, and you know what? I don't want to leave y'all waiting for me for too long because I might be busy tomorrow for all I know, because I don't know what's happening tomorrow. It could be unexpected, so I want to do some videos today, and instead of reactions, which usually take a long time to actually even set up, I'm just going to do simple tier lists. I have not done, like I said, one in a long time, so I'm going to be doing 3 today, you know, make them special, and fun. And ones I've been wanting to do for not a long time, but yeah, not for a long time, but I've been wanting to do them for a while either way. So viewers, let's get into this. The first one we're going to be doing is, actually wait, cue the music. Yeah. Again, I don't know if y'all can even hear the music because I'm not even editing it and it's just playing on my laptop, so yeah. And yeah, you can kind of see it this time. I wanted to kind of show that I do use it, but so yeah. The first series we're going to be doing is Five Nights at Freddy's games. Now, if you know me, I did do a reaction to all the trailers, and I also did a reaction to the full-on timeline videos by MatPat or Game Theory. And I did a little playthrough the first game on my channel a while ago, and don't know if it's still up, but yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's is a fun little franchise for what it is. I think many people of the indie horror genre are really into it, and I understand where all the popularity comes from. I kind of been getting into the indie horror genre as well. I played Poppy Playtime, I played Choo Choo Charles, and even Gaston of Bam Bam, and all those other terrible rip-offs that we're getting these days that are just very unoriginal and boring. Like, really boring. Can we agree on that? But I digress. I wanted to just prove that I've played every FNAF game since that. I did that all in the year of 2023, and I want to talk about all of them individually and give you my opinions on them. Again, I'm kind of a newcomer, so that could make, I could have subjective opinions, of course, but yeah, how would you rank the FNAF games? What's your favorite or least favorite? But yeah, let's get into this. Sorry it took a while. I'm feeling lazy, okay, so please be patient with me. Okay, so the first FNAF game that started it all back in, what, 2014, I believe. Honestly, it actually holds up pretty decently in my opinion. I think it's got some really good gameplay features, and it's got some, it really puts you into the world of FNAF. I think it has some lovely atmosphere and sound design, and honestly, I do find it to be more memorable and playable than a lot of the originals, and it is quite fun. And it's not amazing, I can definitely see its age here and there, but honestly, for Scott Cawthon to start the franchise, it was a pretty good one. So for that, I'm putting the original FNAF in the B tier for that. Okay, FNAF 2. This is a bit of a hot take. I think FNAF 2 is overrated. Everyone kept telling me that FNAF 2 is their favorite of the franchise or one of the better ones, but I disagree. It's just not my cup of tea, or I guess can of Coke Zero, I guess. I just didn't find the appeal of it. I get it had more animatronics, so it had a wider range of cast, but the gameplay is so annoying to tackle. Like the camera movement, the wind-up music thing, and the mask mechanic, it just didn't work for me. It really didn't. It made the game too stressful to me, and when I was jump scared, I felt mad. However, in the first game, I had more fun with that, you know? I think the first game is more fun and interesting in my opinion. The second game just, and since it's a prequel, it just got more confusing to me because it's called FNAF 2, not FNAF the prequel, so I don't know. The lore is pretty confusing in this one, and whilst the new characters are pretty cool, like Mangle and the puppet and Withered Chica and Bonnie, they're really cool, but it doesn't save the game. So I don't know. I just don't really enjoy this game that much. It's actually one of my least favorites. I'm putting it in the D tier. I'm sorry, viewers. Okay, FNAF 3. FNAF 3, in my opinion, is not overrated, it's overhated. Like, I can understand where some people are coming from, but for as a newcomer, this was the game that introduced Springtrap, the villain of the FNAF movie, which I saw before playing all these games. So I don't even realize why they made him, why Matthew Lillard at the end of the film said, "I always come back." But now I get it. And honestly, being the game that introduces Springtrap, or Purple Guy, or William Afton, or the child moiderer, whatever you want to call this person, I think it's a really revolutionary moment, and I actually quite enjoy the whole ventilation system with the gameplay. And honestly, the first 3 nights are kind of a breeze through. It's the 4th and 5th night that are pretty stressful, and I like the mini games in between and how it ties into everything. And I think the reveal at the end of just Purple Guy going into the Spring Bonnie suit and then getting trapped in and then was so crazy. Like, I wasn't expecting that, and that still gives me chills, and for that I'm putting it in the C tier. It's not as good as the first FNAF game, mainly because it's not as replayable, but I still find enjoyment in it every now and then, and I can understand where some people don't like it, but I personally enjoy it for what it is. It's not amazing, but, you know, it could be better. FNAF 4, however, this is probably what made me this was the game that made me realize, okay, now I get why people love this franchise. This is definitely my favorite of the classics of the FNAF games that came out back in, I think they all came out the same year of 2014, so that's really impressive, Scott, so claps for that. This is my favorite of the classics, mainly because it's not only the scariest, but I think it has some of the best lore ever. The reveal of who you were playing as, and the fact that the boy was then, you know, dragged into Freddy and then got his head bitten off, and that was the bite of 83, which was not the bite of 87, shockingly. My mind was so speechless at that reveal, and to this day, I still get chills from it, and I love playing through this game. It's very intense. The animatronics are just nightmare fuel, literally, because one of them is literally called Nightmare, and yeah, I really do adore this game. It's so much fun. I'm putting it in the A tier. It's really good. I don't know why people don't give it much attention anymore, but I can understand where some are not the biggest fans of it, but I really do. I really like this game. It's really well done. I think it's the best of the classics, without a doubt. Okay, so I haven't played FNAF World because I didn't know this was an official game. I thought it was like a fan game, but no, this was an official RPG game made by the creator, and many people, including myself, thought it's too cute to be a FNAF game. I've seen gameplay of it online. I never got to play it, so I'm putting it in the... I'll make a new section called Never Played Section. So I guess that makes sense here. Never played the game. It looks interesting, but I'll think about it in the future. Is it a good game? I don't know. Okay, Sister Location. So many fans do not enjoy this game. I honestly think it's really good. I actually think it has some of the most interesting bits of lore about how we learned that Purple Guy had like this undercover factory, and how we play as Michael Afton and discovers all this. And I think all the animatronics are just really iconic and memorable. I honestly have more memories of Ballora and Circus Baby and Funtime and Freddy and Ennard than any of the originals. But I will say FNAF was scarier, but Sister Location has got a really cool feel to it. And I don't know, I really do like the minigames that come with it, and it's got some pretty well-crafted jump scares, and it's got some of the most interesting bits of lore ever, and very interesting characters that I have to say, it's honestly really good. I'll probably put it, it's either in the B or A tier. I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna put it in the A tier. It's a lot of fun. Okay, and then we have Ultimate Custom Night. I played a bit of it, and yeah, it's not that special, really. It's not even that scary, if I'm being honest. It's difficult, yes, but is it really that special? Not really, so yeah. D tier, without a doubt. Definitely my least favorite FNAF game. Worse than FNAF 2, shockingly. Okay, now we're at an amazing FNAF game, Pizzeria Simulator. I think this might be my favorite FNAF game. I think FNAF, or FNAF 6 if you prefer to call it, it has a lot of content. It's actually a free game. This game costs nothing, and it's insane how much content there is. And it was originally supposed to be the ending to the FNAF universe, and I can definitely see why. I like the salvage sections, I love the office sections, and I love the little mini games you can play here and there with Helpy and make your own pizzeria. It's a really cool gameplay design, and Honestly, all the new characters are really interesting too, like Molten Freddy, Lefty, Scrap Baby, and I know people are not a huge fan of Scrap Trap, and I can definitely see why. But still, I think it's still a cool... I think it's just really cool. I always found this game to be one of the more replayable ones, and it's super scary as well. Like, those vent sequences are very, very, like, bone-chilling. I always get chills when I go there. I think FNAF 4 is scarier, but honestly, Pizzeria Simulator is just... It's just amazing. It's an S-tier game, I'm not gonna lie. It's that good. Okay, Help Wanted. So fun fact, Help Wanted was actually the first FNAF game I ever played in my life. So I remember my friend having a virtual reality set, and one of the games they had was FNAF Help Wanted, and I wanted to ask, can I try a VR game? And he chose this one for me because he wanted to scare me. He lied to me saying, it's a cute kids game, there's nothing too scary about it. So obviously that was a lie, and I was scared out of my mind. So this was the first FNAF game I played, and it is the first 4 games, and people do say it's the definitive way to play the games, and I can definitely see why. I'll be honest though, it's not as good as I remember. Maybe it's because I own the Switch version and I don't have a VR set. Maybe it's better in virtual reality, but for me personally, it's not as fun as I remember. And I find the lore very obscure, like the whole glitch trap story thing, and that. My favorite section is definitely the Nightmarion sections and the ones that involve the... What do they call them? The repairing sections. They're all pretty cool, but honestly, it's not as memorable as I remember. And for that reason, I'm putting Help Wanted in the low B tier with FNAF 1. I think FNAF 1 is a little bit more better for me because it is the first in the series, but I think Help Wanted could have been better than I remember. If it was the VR, maybe be able to put it in A tier. I don't know. And the DLC, of course, Cursed Bread Pair, is also pretty fun, so I'll put that in the B tier as well. Okay, I never played FNAF AR. I never played Freddy in Space. I never played Fury's Rage. But I have played Security Breach, and... Listen. I know people really despise this game. I know. People do not enjoy this game. I'll be honest. I kind of love it. Yeah, I said it. It's one of those games that's so fundamentally broken that it's actually enjoyable. Like, listen, I think FNAF Security Breach has the most charm and personality of any FNAF game. Like, it has lots more voice acting, a lot of exploration, has some really cool setting design. I love the design of the Mega Pizzaplex, and I think all the animatronics are iconic and memorable. I love Freddy Fazbear, I love Glamrock Chica, I like Big Montgomery Gator. Roxanne Wolf is amazing for all the right reasons and wrong reasons according to other people, you know. The endoskeleton sections is really creepy. I love the daycare attendant. I actually think Sun and Moon are my favorite animatronics in the entire FNAF universe, and to prove that I actually have a Moon like figurine that I got when I watched the FNAF movie, I got it as like a collectible. It's in another room, so I can't show you it right now, sadly, but I have showed you it before in my little FNAF movie mini review, which you should definitely check out. I showed it in that, so yeah. But yeah, yeah, the game is not as scary as like most of these FNAF games, really, but I enjoy it. It's fun, it's funny, it's cute, it's interesting. It's just, sure, the game can glitch every now and then, but I think that's what makes the game more enjoyable than it already is. Its flaws are also its strengths. Does that make sense? I don't know. So what is your opinion on Security Breach? I personally like it. Maybe if I was a FNAF game from the 2014, maybe I would not like it, but I don't know. I like it. I really do. I'll put it in like A tier, better than Sister Location, but I think FNAF 4, since FNAF 4 is scarier and has better lore, I'll definitely put FNAF 4 up the list. But continuing on, we have the FNAF Ruin DLC. So the Ruin DLC is a separate thing and doesn't count as the same game, which makes sense because it is technically like a sequel in a way. And honestly, the Ruin DLC, many people say it's better than the base game and is one of the best things in FNAF since, like, I don't know, FNAF 4, I think. But I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of disappointing for me. I don't know. I'm putting it in the C tier here. Yeah, I said it. I think Ruin is a little bit, it's like, for me. Like, don't get me wrong, it definitely looks creepier, and I like the choice of the whole Vanny Mask thing and the AR world and how you solve puzzles. But I'll be honest, the puzzles are just kind of meh. They're kind of repetitive and too boring and easy, and that's kind of repeats as well. We do the exact same section with the daycare attendant, which is kind of boring, and the ending is a little bit unsatisfying. The whole mimic thing, I kind of expected that because I knew Gregory was not trapped in the Mega Pizzaplex. So, oh yeah, and Gregory is one of the worst written characters in video game history. Like, I know he's just a child, but oh my gosh, I did not care about him. Cassie was fine, but then they kind of just air at the end of the ending, I think. But I don't know, the lore just got too much for me that I just didn't know what to think of it. It's fun, yes, but it's a bit too linear. I prefer an exploration kind of game, kind of like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, where you can just go anywhere you want instead of just being forced to stay. That's a 2D game, not a 3D game. A 3D game should be explorational, and a 2D game should be linear. And if the 3D game is linear, that's a bad sign already, so... But still, it's fun, it's creepy, it's interesting. That's it. So I'm putting that in the C tier. The only reason I'm not putting it in the D tier is because it does bring back my favorite character, the map bot. You know, the one that says, "Hi, free map. Please take this map. Take a 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 map." Wait, what? Oh yeah. And finally, we have Steel Wool Studios' best game, without a doubt, Help Wanted 2. This is straight up going in the S tier with Pizzeria Simulator. I do prefer Pizzeria Sim because I think the game is scarier and has better lore. But Help Wanted 2 has some of the most fun gameplay out of any FNAF game ever. It's a huge improvement over Help Wanted original. The mini games are so much more memorable, and the story is more engaging for what it is, and it has a lot more iconic animatronics as well. Yeah, sure, I think the Help Wanted may have Nightmare Young, which is, you know, nightmare fuel, but come on. Help Wanted 2 has Freddy, it has as Glamrock Chica, it has Roxanne. You can literally do makeup with Roxanne. That's literally a dream come true. Now what I want is a My Little Pony VR game where you could do a makeup party with Pip Petals. I want that right now. I want to do a makeup party with Pip. That means I can literally touch her beautiful face. Okay, sorry if I got a little carried off there, but come on. There's also Sun and Moon. I got to do arts and crafts with Sun. That was such a cool moment. So yeah, again, like I said, it's the same reason I like Security Breach a lot. The personality is there. That's enough. That's something that the original games kind of lacked. The personality. And Help Wanted 2 has the most charm out of any FNAF game I've ever played in my life. And that's why it's my second favorite FNAF game. If there's a Help Wanted 3, then I'm all for it. Now, from what I've heard, Into the Pit is going to be a pretty interesting game. I might review it if I ever get the chance to play it. But yeah, that's my opinion on every FNAF game. From worst to best is Ultimate Custom Night, FNAF 2, FNAF 3, Ruin DLC, Help Wanted, FNAF 1, Sister Location, Security Breach, FNAF 4, Help Wanted 2, and then Pizzeria Simulator. How would y'all rank worst to best FNAF games? Comment down below. And viewers, if you enjoyed this particular video, leave a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're interested. Follow me on Instagram, link down below. And until then, stay positive, keep calm, stay safe, be incredible. And as always, Brony on. Peace.